Here it goes. Hello. Let me turn this off. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Wow, where are you, Bev?
Well, I'm in Tucson, but Paul, where in the world are you?
Yes, sirree. I'm in Watsonville, California.
Yay.
Yay for Watsonville. So I'm just going to take us on a very small little tour of the place I'm staying.
Great.
So,
yeah.
And I'll tell you, I miss the sun.
I remember.
Yes.
Yep. Wow.
It's cloudy. We got
it has not burned off yet.
And hardly see stuff because we're offline. Oh, we got to go this way. So yeah, it's pretty nice here, except it's cloudy all the time, and it's always foggy, and It's always misty, and I've got jackets on, I've got sweaters on, so you can sort of see.
Yeah. Yep.
Where we're at. I have this nice, staying in this nice little cabin here.
Beautiful.
So that's where I'm at.
Wow.
And I came here for a camp reunion.
How nice. How nice.
Yep. And whoop, we got a little friend here. So so we'll do our live show while you're there and I'm here.
Yeah.
And hello everybody. Welcome to Mondays with Bev and Paul.
Oh.
And I'm Paul.
And I'm Bev.
Yes, sirree. So, okay. So I think we have a real important thing going on right now, Bev, don't we? Why don't you talk about that? Well,
yeah, as we're speaking here in Tucson, the solar total eclipse began around 9:15, 9:16. And it's of course, it's in the southern part, so it's going to look like a partial eclipse. But, in the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of excitement and, people chiming in, giving their ideas about what's going on, either astrologically or, on other levels. And the only thing I know is that this is somehow getting our attention on subtle levels, and we're coming together. There's like a migration up to those ecliptic points that run all the way from one coast to the other. It's just kind of profound. And so people are coming together and they're sitting with each other and they're just gathering. It's a gathering. And, I was thinking this morning about how Bio-Touch has the power to do that. It has the ability to bring us together in equality, which is something that's being spoken right now. That we are here working together for a common purpose and a common vision. And that is to open our hearts of love for each other and to serve each other. And that's really what we're holding. It's so profound, and Bio-Touch is part of that. I've said before that we have to start speaking the language, the global language, and the global language is love one another, serve one another. That's what we're here to do. So whatever this is, it's amazing. Yeah.
And it is. And I specifically designed this trip to leave after this show because I felt it was so important that we have this show at this time, because it's going into right into the most part of the eclipse itself. By the time we finish this show, it will move into total eclipse in that 70-mile stretch that you said cuts the country right in half or something.
I'm telling you, cuts it right. It's so interesting, isn't it? So also, I like it when we can make references either from our book or our manual. And I found a paragraph in our manual in the epilogue this morning that kind of speaks to what I've been saying. And I know that you've got the manual there. So would you mind reading that second paragraph?
I will, but I think we should also let people know that, here you're down there in Tucson, I'm up here in, Watsonville, California.
Right.
And so I'm preparing for the show too. And I'm like, God, we need to read something from the manual. And you find this second paragraph, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the one paragraph out of the whole manual that I thought we should read today.
That's be very afraid. It's getting scary here.
Yeah, so there is something powerful not only about this eclipse, but this paragraph. So let me read it. We can talk a little bit now and a little later too. It says, this is in our epilogue. It says, as an associate learns the value of human beings caring for one another and seriously engages in the process of healing, he or she may, on achieving marvelous and beneficial results, be inspired to speculate on various aspects of the human condition. The associate may begin to conceive that the usual arbitrary distinction drawn between the body and the mind extends to a harmony with the spiritual aspect of the human trinity.
Wow. It's there. It's been there all along.
I mean, you know, when you start talking about the body, mind, and spirit, and that's really what Bio-Touch, to me, has always been about. You know, right. I mean, we address the body. We've always talked about that. But how much it brings so much more together. And that's sort of what I wanted to talk about from some of the questions that old friends were asking me about the technique. So.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So we'll talk more about that. Let's do some of our other little things.
Okay.
Tell us about the DreamCatcher. We don't have a picture of that, but
our beautiful DreamCatcher hanging in our center in Tucson has been for, gosh, going on a year, I think.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, every week we put somebody's picture in there. This week it is LouAnn Price.
There she is.
And yes, she's been around for a while. She comes in and gets, you know, sessions at Bio-Touch. So we're really happy to have her in the center.
Yeah, we are. And she actually, when I asked her for a photograph, said, you know, this is very opportune for her. So it's interesting, LouAnn, whatever's going on with you, here you are in the center of the DreamCatcher on the day of the eclipse.
I actually thought about that this morning. I thought, wow, that's very cool for her, huh?
Yeah. So
welcome.
All the power be with you.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So again, if you'd like to be in the DreamCatcher, just send us a photo. And it's interesting you say about a year. It has been about a year. And it's been a year since we've done this show. And in 2 weeks, we'll have our 1-year anniversary show?
September 4th, I believe.
Yeah, so that's 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks.
So yeah, it's been a year because we started the DreamCatcher at the time of starting the show. You are right. My goodness, can't believe that. Yeah, and so you also just finished something on Thursday.
Yes, we did. We had the last class of our evening practitioner training. What a great group of people. We've got quite a few of them actually asking about going on and becoming certified. They want to start their intern hours immediately. So you're going to have an orientation when you get back. Some people signing up for that. It was a great class. I want to thank Charlotte for her and I did that last class. It went really well. You'd be very proud of us, Paul.
I'm always proud of you.
And yeah, so everybody was happy and really had some great experiences with Bio-Touch during that class. It was wonderful.
Yeah, the evening classes are real fun too. They're just short and 3 of them, and it's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's kind of laid back a little bit more, and it's very nice. So we do have our last class of the year coming up the 7th and 8th of October. Correct.
That's a weekend class.
Right.
You can sign up for it now. Go to justtouch.com and do the registration right there. It says class registration up on top. And again, if you can't get to Tucson, go online. We have some online trainings. We give you, we'll hook you up with a personal instructor. We have some, and they work with you through Skype. There's some reading material. You get the manual. You get the book. You even get our book written by Deborah Schildhouse. And we really work with you on a one-on-one thing, and it's easy to learn it, no matter where you're located.
It's a great program. I agree.
So, I want to thank you and Charlotte for picking up that third day for me while I was out here drinking with old friends. Let's see, what we decided was 1967. So I actually started at that camp when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
And in 67, I moved into staff. And on my website, on my personal Facebook, you could see that picture. There were 4 of us that were part of what's called the Schleps of 67.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
A schlep was somebody that did all the work in the kitchen and got paid $50 a year. So.
Wow. Well, that, you know what, that just prepared you for your work with Bio-Touch, because you're not even getting that.
It really did. So,
yeah.
So it was interesting being there, and sort of wanted to talk more about this and what we read.
Right.
So, of course, a lot of these people are moving into their elder years, and there's detached retinas, and there's back problems, and there's cancers, and there's tumors, and there's osteoarthritis, and it, the list goes on and on of our ailments that happen as we start to get a little older. Yeah. And so, I was there to really share Bio-Touch too. I mean, Bio-Touch is my life. And when people say, "What are you doing?" And so I would share it with people. And funny, one of the ladies that I did go to camp with, Cindy, she has been following our Facebook live stream. So, hi, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. That's nice.
And yeah, and the funny thing was, even though she's watched every one of our shows, when I told her she has a few ailments, and she told me what she had, and she says, "So, would it work?"
Oh, interesting.
And not only would it work, she says, "Does it work?"
Does it work? And you said,
I feel like what I said was, "Do you think I'd be doing this for 29 years if it didn't?"
Yeah, absolutely.
But I realized how what we do is so simple, and yet you and I have been doing this, and we get on every week and we talk about it, and we have all these amazing testimonials. There's still a part of the brain that, when we identify with the body just completely, we just can't believe something simple can help us heal.
Yeah.
That the technique, and so the big thing was, it brought up to my mind about what is a result. People ask, do you get results?
They ask us that all the time. What should I expect?
Yeah.
I'm going to get, is it going to work for me? Yeah, we always get asked that, don't we? Yeah.
And so that's when I went to the same paragraph you did.
Yeah. Right.
That final little sentence there where the associate may begin to conceive that the usual arbitrary distinction drawn between the body and the mind extends to a harmony with the spiritual aspect of the human trinity. Yeah. And I was like, yes, there's always a result, and the result might not be perceptible.
Right. It might not, and we've actually talked to a couple of certified practitioners who's asked us these questions, not just the recipients. And it's Bio-Touch is such a subtle, non-invasive. It's non-invasive. It doesn't pretend or pretentious. It just touches in that sacred place that opens us up to receiving and giving, that you're right, it does not show up on where we can see it physically, but over time it starts unfolding those other parts of ourself that is in tune with the healing of the body. So coming into that love begins the process of healing immediately, whether we see it or feel it or not. It's just so, below that. It's beautiful. We don't.
Just doing that greeting seems to open that up. There's this, and you can see it when you work with people. There's this automatic. It's perceived as relaxation, and yet it's more of an opening, to healing.
I've got to share with you real quick that I have been noticing something when I am working, down at the center and having sessions with people who have had BioTouch for a while, when I walk into the room with them and they're sitting there waiting, this is what they do, because they already know what's going to happen first. And they go like this. They lean back and they're offering me that area to touch. It's like, okay, good. Here we go. Open it up. You know, it's so interesting. I've just been kind of like flashing on that lately. They already know that that greeting is going to begin something amazing for them, whether they feel it immediately or not. It is just, what we say is, it opens us up to all of the incredible possibilities, the unlimited possibilities of love that begin to happen and heal us on all those other levels that this paragraph talks about. So right. It's wonderful. Yeah,
it really is. And it was so fun to, you know, made lots of contacts. We'll see who contacts me, you know, I mean, and it was interesting too, because a lot of people had philosophical and very metaphysical ideas that they were working with, but even BioTouch, it didn't fit. You know, it's like, wait a minute, you know, there's something so simple about it, no matter how deep thinker we are or how
right.
stuck we are in the physical realm. What we're presenting with BioTouch is a simple touch healing technique that anybody can do. There's no level of healers. It is such a new concept that I'm always blown away about. Oh, we got to talk about it again. We got to talk about it again. And that's what we realize this show's about.
Exactly. Yeah. Reiterating that everyone is this is a gift for everyone, and everyone is given the opportunity to learn BioTouch, to practice it, to receive it. And as we have been saying recently, there's something about the mind, maybe in the West, I don't know what, that we're not hardwired in this society to just step in and accept something at face value. We have to, okay, prove it to me. I've got to see it work. You know, something that simple can't be that effective. And by the way, what? It's, you know, charge down it. You know, it's a brand new concept, and we're holding something.
So we have something from Horace. Let's see if I can post it. There it is there. When people ask me if BioTouch works, I answer a question with a question like, is a pig's ear pork? Thank you, Horace.
Thank you, Horace. In beautiful Horace style, by the way.
So let's just take a moment to show you how simple this is. If you're here and you haven't learned BioTouch yet, we're going to just tell you the greeting. That's how simple this is. And all you have to do is take the 2 fingers of your dominant hand, right? And I want you all who are sitting home, I want you to just feel that breastbone in the middle of your chest, and then follow it down until it gets to a soft tissue area, okay? And that soft tissue, you now come off and you touch that lightly on the skin like a butterfly, and that is point 1 of the greeting. Real simple. You just hold that there for 6 to 8 seconds, and then you take that same dominant hand, okay? And if you feel right in the back of your neck, you lean your head forward, there's a big bone that pops out, right? And you take those same 2 fingers and you go just to the left of that big bone, and you hold that there for 6 to 8 seconds. And that's the greeting. That's just how simple it is.
Well, I'm beginning to understand. Simple, the more light, the more powerful.
Interesting.
That's what we're not geared for. The lighter the touch, the more simple the concept, the more powerful it is, because there's nothing that can get in the way of that pure divine idea of love that is being held by BioTouch. So we're doing this because it's time for humanity to step into its birthright.
That's right, and that's the significance of this day. We also want to share, before we close this up, there is our workshop coming up. That's this Thursday, yeah?
Yay, I'll be with you on Thursday doing this workshop. Wonderful.
Yeah. Shingles and psoriasis, we're here in Tucson with that. 6 to 8 p.m., massage therapists can get 2 CE credits. Right. And again, if you can't join us for the workshop, if you become a member, you can download all these workbooks of all the different workshops that we've had.
Yep.
So that makes learning it easy. I just taught actually one of my dearest friends. Her son's got Crohn's disease. So I gave her a manual and we practiced. And, within 10, 15 minutes, I was able to show her the 2 or 3 sets of points that she can go home, share with him, share with his wife, and boom, they're going to have results. I just told her that, and they don't have to think about it, and it's not a metaphysical thing, and he can do it while he's working with his doctor and his medications. And so that was real exciting to just offer that right away.
Oh, it's so exciting. And, I'm beginning to see that has been happening a little bit more lately. And it's like this whole vision that we've held about getting this into the families, it's starting to open up, and more people are coming in. I want to help my husband. I want to help my friend. I want to help my daughter, whatever. People are asking. So we get to go in and teach those specific points for that condition. They get to go into their family and their groups and share Bio-Touch. It's exactly what we've been holding, and you've been holding for a very long time, that vision of everyone entitled to have this in their life. So it's great.
Well, I appreciate working with you and getting this out there. Obviously, we're on the same page if we pick the same paragraph out of a 48.
Not only on the same page, but the same paragraph.
I know. So again, that was another 20 minutes at a very, very powerful time on the planet, and specifically in this country. Thank you for sharing some of the depth of the meaning of what we're all going through. It's just a nice story, that
it is. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful story of healing.
Time for the light. We are grateful that as we're ending this, the eclipse is now coming into its totality. We want to wish everybody just a lot of love and blessing and healing. Thank you, Bev. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow, because I'm leaving here and going on an airplane.
Well, safe travels to you, my dear.
Thanks. We'll see you all. And thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you. Have a glorious week, everyone.